Welcome to How to Run Profitable Retreats. I am Leni Cavazos, retreat strategist and host of the show for coaches, entrepreneurs, and transformational leaders who want to design retreats that actually make money. If you've ever put your heart into a retreat only to walk away exhausted or worse, broke, you are not alone. This podcast is here to change that. Each week, I'll bring you stories, strategies, and expert insights to help you create meaningful, transformational retreats that also support your business, your lifestyle, and your bottom line. Let's make your next retreat not just powerful, but profitable.
Hello, welcome to another podcast episode of How to Run Profitable Retreats. I am your host, Leni Cavazos, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. And today we're going to be having just a conversation about different types of retreats. The reality behind the scenes is that so many times we just think, oh, retreats must be a yoga retreat or a detox retreat or a meditation retreat, because that's what we see out there. That's what we consider to be the norm. But behind the scenes, the reality is that we can have retreats about all the different type of retreats that you can imagine. Finance, relationships, divorce, trauma, and then you can go into different layers. The more specialized you are and the more you niched you become into what you're doing and you're creating for your business, the more you can actually run it like a business. And the reason I'm talking about this is because we tend to go into this space where we want to be liked by absolutely everyone. We want to be accepted, we want to be loved, and that's not a reality. That's not really something that happens behind the scenes and something that will ever become true. I remember we were in a conference in Las Vegas, and there was Colin Egglesfield, and he was talking about how 40% of the people will not like you, 30% of the people will not care about you, and then there's just this other 30% that's remaining. That is that 30% that will be interested in what you have to offer in life. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Only 30% of people will care. Forget about actually buying and becoming your customer and your client and loving you and being part of your ecosystem. Just 30% that will care if what you do is important or not to them. Does not mean they're going to be taking action. So when we consider this as part of our business and when we're putting our retreats like a business, right, we're bringing them all together, it is so important. So you need to stand out. Don't let yourself fall under the sea of different retreats that are always the same. Yoga retreats for 4 days in Mexico. Yoga retreats for this. Yoga retreat this. Heal, rest, reset, and relax. I mean, I could spend hours just giving you examples of random retreats that have no specific goal, no specific result, and they're just competing against every single other people out there. So think about it for a second. How can you do things differently? In marketing, we call that unique selling point. What is your unique selling point? What's the thing that makes you different and stand out from others? I'll tell you about how I stand out against other retreat coaches. Well, first of all, I am not a retreat coach. I am a retreat consultant. So big difference already there. Because I come from the space of I know how to run businesses. I know how to do pricing models. I know how to run revenue, sales strategies, marketing strategies, loyalty marketing. So people can come back and return because loyal customers spend 67% more than the loyal customers. And then you come into my world and I tell you, hey, this is your business. This is the model that would work based on your energy and who you are and your capacity and the goals that you want to achieve. And this is step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you need in order to get that result, right? So first differentiator. It's not about a cookie cutter answer like everyone can do it the same way. It's something that is personalized and connects with you, with who you are, and how you show up. That's number one. Number two, I do not just even teach you how to do profitable retreats. I teach you how to run retreats like a business. Big differentiator from someone who teaches you how to launch your first retreat, how to sell your first retreat. Can you see already the difference, that thing that makes me different from every other person around into the space? Now, we go even beyond that. My expertise and my background makes me unique. No one else in the retreat industry has been part of the team that launched Marriott Bonvoy for Middle East and Africa. No one else has run a private concert for Craig David, plus a dinner in front of the Giza pyramids, plus a private retreat for Joe Dispenza, plus master classes from one of the biggest teachers on Kundalini yoga in the world, plus Joan Lana, yoga teacher from Spain, with a big approach into Latin America. Plus, no one else has been part of a team that launched a podcast about resonance and how, through vibrations, you can heal your body, get rid of cancer, etc., etc. That included that. That included events. There's no one else out there that has everything that I have. And that makes me unique. Now, it does make me unique, but what do I do with it? Do I just keep it the way it is? Or do I take it to the next layer, to the next level? Easy. I get to choose how I show up and how I differentiate myself from others. What is the thing that makes you different? What is this one big result that you can help others achieve? Do you have one? Or are you in the rest, reset, and relax space? Now, let's take it even one layer deeper. Okay, let's assume we are all now unique. We have our unique proposition. What happens next? Do people know about your unique proposition? Do they know? Do they know what makes you different, or it's the best kept secret in the industry? See. So, are you telling people? Are you building your authority? And then are you building your marketing around it? But now there's another point that is very, very important. Do people want it? Because I can be here preaching over and over and over again about building six-figure retreat businesses. And if there's not one single person in the world that wants to run retreats like a business, then what the hell am I doing here, right? Why? Why would I be here? Why would I show up? Why would I talk to you if there was no one who's interested? Would I be number 3 podcast on retreats in the industry if no one cared about this? If you were not listening, saying, oh my gosh, this could be me. I could have this big six-figure retreat business. I could have the life that I desire. Okay. So, again, do not try to be everyone's cup of tea. Be the glass of champagne. Be the glass of champagne. You get to do that. Now, are you already a glass of champagne? Are you a cup of tea? Now, if you're a cup of tea, are you willing to take the steps that are necessary in order to become champagne? Because there's a lot of things that you need to leave behind. You'll need to leave biases behind. You need to leave limiting beliefs behind. You'll need to be resilient. You'll need to be able to take action and say, yes, this is what I want, and I'm not waiting any longer. It reminds me of one of the clients that I had a couple of years ago. Absolutely amazing woman. She has a beautiful retreat business now. What happened behind the scenes is she'd been waiting for 10 years. 10 years of waiting to host retreats. Now, she could have had that 6-figure business 10 years ago. That means $1 million on the table. But let's just skip through that painful part right now. She decided she actually wanted to do it. And now she's getting the results. Does that mean that she needed to take action? Hell yes. She needed to take a lot of action because she knew what was on the table. What was she leaving behind because of all that inaction that happened in the past? So are you ready to stop being one of these generic retreats out there that everyone is putting out there, that they're using ChatGPT to figure it out, and step into this unique proposition that you are, this one big problem that you can help other people solve? It's up to you. No one else can make that decision for you. Again, are you going to be a person who later on says, I waited for 10 years for this to happen? Is that who you want to be? Or do you want to be the person who says, you know what? I am ready. I'm ready to take action. I do not want to be a retreat dreamer anymore. I want to be a retreat CEO because I want to be the boss of my company, of my business. That business that is profitable, that makes more than 6 figures per year. That business that if maybe one day I want to sell. That business that gives me the possibility of spending time with my family, my friends, my kids. That gives me the possibility of traveling the world. Who are you? Are you the retreat dreamer or are you the retreat CEO? Because in this moment, I'm asking you to make a decision. Today, right now, not tomorrow. Who are you? So, I know, such a short amount of time, such a big decision to make. Who are you? It's your choice, no one else's. So if you want to find out what are the next steps in order for you to do that, right? Just go ahead and book a consultation call with me. You can find all the links in the show notes. And let's figure out if now that you're ready to become the retreat CEO of your business and your life, what are the next steps that you actually need to take in order to make that happen? Stop leaving money on the table. Every day you wait is lost opportunities that do not come back. Money, we can always make more, but time we can never get back. So if you're serious about this, I'm just one click away. See you next time.